Hello, and happy Wednesday. Happy January 29th, 2025. I'm super excited to be here with you. And for those who are celebrating, like I am, happy Lunar New Year in the wood snake energy, which is really about the yin energy, keeping our vibrations high. And what a perfect day to really be having this conversation with you today. Let me introduce myself, as I often save it for last when I'm going live on my channels, so I might as well start it out first, right? Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I am the founder of Holistic Fitness and Why, Holistic Certified Personal Trainer, Holistic Integrative Teacher, Reiki Master, Medical Astrologer, Master of Numerology, Card Creator, and Card Reader. And I know there's a lot there, and believe it or not, I've left some out as well, because my bio is yay long. Anyway, I do and serve and teach women in midlife, helping them to not just transform their physical body, also to transform their mind, emotions, and to become more aligned with their spirit and who they are on a soul level. So all that being said, I'm going to ask that you just take a moment just to take a breather. It's the end of the day where I am. It's just about 9 p.m. Eastern time. Just take a nice deep breath in. Allow yourself just to let go of whatever it is you've been doing throughout the entire day. Let go of your entire day so you can be focused and really ready to take in the information that I will be sharing with you tonight. I'm just calling some of you in. Not sure who's around. Hopefully some of you will be. So take another breath. And on this exhale, I want you to invite the idea of being open to the possibilities that the insight you receive today is definitely going to be expansive, transformative, insightful, and it's something that you can implement into your life immediately. Because one of my biggest purpose is to make sure that when I finish conversations with you and others, I'm leaving you with something that you can implement into your life and not have to wait days and weeks and months ahead to actually get the results you're looking to get. So as I've said, I want you just to take another breath. And as you exhale, I'm going to shuffle my deck. I always like to give a little insight based on what we're going to be talking about. The conversation for tonight is about activate success by tapping into your navigation system. Now, I'm hoping that most of you are into astrology and numerology, because I do blend those two amazing modalities into my practice as a holistic personal trainer and holistic integrative teacher. When I work with clients like yourself, my intention is to really help you to better understand who you are from the soul level. And that's by really learning your astrology, the house placements, and where there is certain things on your chart that's either going to improve your health, your relationships, your wealth, your money. Maybe you don't know what your soul's purpose is, and we can find this all out through our navigation system known as our astrology chart. So again, I'm just going to shuffle the deck, give it one more shot, and see what we need to know for tonight. What a perfect card. I'm hoping that you really did see me shuffling, because it's such a perfect card for what we're about to talk about. And I love when my cards just show up and be so perfectly aligned to the topic. And the card is financial abundance. Now, I'm sure you will see me shuffle the deck. Financial abundance, what does that mean for you? And how can you tap into it? Now, to start off with, I want you to really think about clearing your energies of anything that you once upon a time believed in regarding money. So if you've ever had this point of view or belief system that you had to work really hard to earn money, or that you weren't supposed to charge for the services that you offer, or that you were supposed to give everything away, or whatever it is that you might have been programmed or conditioned to believe, I want you to let go of that belief right now. And again, you don't have to do rituals to let go of this belief system. You can make the decision. It's called a mind shift. And once you make that decision, the idea of it is then to start acting out as though you are living in a financial abundance. Now the color here is associated with your third eye, which is all about your visions, and so perfectly aligned with the new moon's energy that we're in right now, all about Aquarian. In fact, when we think about the Aquarian energy on the whole, besides the sun and the moon being in Aquarius, we also have Pluto and Mercury in Aquarius. So there's massive transformation that we are all unfolding through over the next 20 years. However, the first 3 years, 2025, 2026, and 2027, are the most potent energies of the next 20 years of our lives. And why is that? Because it's like the introduction. Especially when we talk about 2025, there's a lot of energy that is shifting in 2025, whereas what makes 2025 so different from any other year when we turn the calendar on New Year's Eve, our New Year's Eve, and then of course Lunar Year, is really about the astrological transitions that are happening. Perhaps you may not know that we have literally I'm going to use the word, all of our planets shifting from one zodiac sign to another, and 2 of our planets are actually transitioning from an astrological perspective, where we're ending an astrological year and we're starting a brand new year, which is why 2025 is so significant, because this is all happening within a 7-month period, and we've already been attuned to it with the help of Pluto moving into Aquarius after it spent the last 16 years in Capricorn, helping us to really reshape our work, our achievements, our accomplishments, because that's what Capricorn's energy is all about. It's about the work that we're here to do. And now with Pluto sitting in Aquarius, it's really about the vision that we hold, because how we used to do the work that we came here to do, we're doing it very differently now. It's no longer going to be about the grinding and the hustling. It's really going to be about the calmness, the peace, and be more open to receiving. So it really is about, excuse me, literally going to bed and having a conversation with your spirit guides, excuse me, and talking to them and asking them to align your tribe to you that's here to support you on your journey. As opposed to working really, really hard. And that's the old energy that we were in with Pluto and Capricorn. Now with Pluto and Aquarius, it really is about holding the vision. And that's what this card's about. It's about holding your vision. What is your vision? What vision do you have for 2025? Do you want visibility? Do you want accountability? Do you want to focus? Do you want to speak up? Do you want to share? Do you want to step on the biggest stage possible, whether that is to speak, dance, or whatever, or sing? This is your year to do just that. When we talk about the number 17, we're really looking at a new way of doing things, and that 7 represents all of our relationships that we have agreements with. Every person, you and I, have an agreement. And the idea of it is the energetic chain, the wave that we have to work together. And I don't know about you, but I want to fulfill my agreements. So when it's time for me to get my wings, I know that I came and done everything that I was supposed to do. And I move into that lightness. So when we take that overall energy of the 8 energy, it really is about the infinity power of what abundance really looks like for me and what it looks like for you. So we think about success, we think about activating success. It really is it's really a whole new way of activating success, because it's a mind shift. Letting go of your old thinking when it comes to success. Now perhaps you may not like the word success. I had met a gentleman many years back where I told him he was extremely successful based on all the things he has done. And he was really triggered by the word success. And with a little counsel with him, I found out why he was triggered, and I then said to him, well, let's find a different word for you that defines success for you. And he came up with his word. So if success triggers you based on the old stories, find yourself a different word that's going to have the same meaning, so you can really move into this energy of what success is. Excuse me. Because no matter what success is for you, what that looks like for me, being successful in my day, making sure I've gotten everything done that I wanted to get done in my day to fill me up, to make sure I showed up. And it doesn't necessarily mean about being financially successful, although it is on the list. So when we think about this energy that we have going on in 2025, let's talk about that number, 2025. As we add those numbers together, we got that 2, 2, and 5. Again, 2 is very much associated with our relationships and partnerships. It's similar to that 7 energy, and interesting enough, 7 and 2 is associated with Taurus energy, 7 is associated with Libra energy, and both of those zodiac signs are ruled by Venus, which is all about the beauty, the relationships we have with one another, the relationships we have with our physical body, the relationship we have with money as well. So that's a big concept there. And then we think about that number 5. That 5 is about how are you going to shift things, create things, be more playful in what you're doing. Because again, our soul's purpose is about being playful. If you are too serious and you're sort of forgetting to stop and smell the roses, then there's no playfulness in that, and that creates a lot of resistance in the physical body. That's probably one of the best ways you could define whether or not you are in perfect alignment with what you do. If you're not allowing yourself to play, you want to shift something so you can be more playful. In addition to that creativity and changing something, which is a big part of 2025, it's also about changing something so you can have more freedom in reference to whatever it is you're looking to have freedom in. And that can be freedom of health, freedom of relationships, freedom with money, freedom to travel, whatever your freedom is. So paying attention to that. So when we take those numbers and we add them up, we get a flapping 9. So when we talk about 9 in numerology, it really is about letting go, decluttering, and transforming. It's a completion, it's an ending. And most of us in the first half of 2025 are really working on letting go of what we no longer need. We are literally letting go of our identity when we think about it. And what does that mean, letting go of your identity? Like I said, this is about stepping into this whole new purpose of who you are and retraining your brain to see yourself in a different light. So ending a cycle, and every one of us are ending a cycle. Now when we talk about 9 in astrology, 9 is very much associated with 9th house, which is associated with Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is about our higher wisdom. It's basically like working through God's work. Like we are literally doing the work of God. And it's also about higher education. It's about traveling. And the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter's energy. So there's a grand expansion that is taking place in this year of 2025. An expansion, spiritual growth, spiritual evolution. It is really about letting go and transforming. And every one of us are going to tap into this energy. And how can we really use this energy for our most powerful, purposeful soul's purpose as we navigate every single day through? And now understanding that when I speak about navigating into your navigation system and really getting to understand who you are from a soul level, it's not indicating that you're never going to experience a challenge again. What it is an indication is that you're going to have specific tools that you can work with in order to get through whatever hurdles, challenges, and obstacles that may show up in your everyday. Because again, let's face facts. Collectively, we have certain planets in certain zodiac signs, and personally, we have certain planets in certain zodiac signs. So for example, for me, I happen to have what's called 4 placements on, well, actually not 4. I have 4, how do I say this so you can understand it? I have 3, there we go, I think it's, there we go. This is how I'm going to say it. I have 3, I'm just going to say it the way I'm going to say it. So, and if you can't understand it, you'll get the gist of it. I have 4 placements where I'm experiencing a return. And what a return just means in astrology is when the planet and the zodiac sign collectively is exactly in the same placement on my natal chart. And those planets for me is my 9th house. My 9th house is lit up right now as I have Venus in Pisces, my North Node in Pisces, and that's exactly where they are right now, collectively speaking. As of March, of course, as of end of February, the sun will be in Pisces as well, so my sun energy will be lit up as well. And then, in addition, I have Mercury in my 8th house in Aquarius, and then I have the moon, which today the new moon is in Aquarius, in my 7th house. So when you think about all those placements that's going on, that's a lot of energy that's happening in my chart right now. And because of that, and because I know how to navigate through my chart, I know and understand how to go through whatever challenges that come through for me. This is also something I teach, so if you're interested in learning a little bit more about yourself, feel free to ask me through either text here or message me. I've shared my email. You can email me as well to ask about my 12-month astrological and numerology course. I would love to have you there. So again, when we think about this energy and our navigation system, some houses I want you to pay attention to that's going to really activate success on your chart. And those houses, I've already mentioned 3 of them. The 2nd house, which is Taurus. So wherever you have Taurus on your chart, now it may not be in your 2nd house. You may have Taurus sitting, like I have Taurus sitting in my 11th house. So wherever you have Taurus sitting on your chart, that placement is going to be highlighted in reference to helping you with success, because Taurus is about your physical money. It's about the relationships, the professional relationships you have where you are going to have agreements with. In addition to Taurus, the next house is the 7th house, which is Libra. Now, wherever you have Libra sitting on your chart, that house is going to be placed, highlighted as well. So right now, we're looking at 4 different placements. Your 2nd house, your 7th house, where you have Taurus, and where you have Libra. Those 4 placements right off the back is your success placements. Then we're going to throw in Venus, as I mentioned, because Venus is the ruler to both Taurus and Libra. So we're looking at 5 placements where you have on your chart. And you may also have other planets sitting in those placements, which is then going to add more of a story to your journey as well, which is why it's so important to schedule astro readings with me so you can better understand your chart and know exactly how to run through. So again, with Venus currently collectively in Pisces, what does that mean? Now, whether you have Venus in Pisces on your chart as a return like I do, a little bit again about Pisces. Pisces is the 12th zodiac sign. So it carries the energy of all the other zodiac signs. Pisces is the most intuitive sign. It's intuitive, it's psychic, it's impacts, where we use our imagination a lot, we're very dreamy. And when our vibrations are low, we can tend to fall into addictions. So we have to be careful of that, which is why, again, quiet time, meditation, stillness are huge tools to implement in order to keep our vibrations high. So again, if you happen to be a Pisces, and that's whether you're sun, moon, or ascending, know that that's your energy. And know that if you have not created some sort of regimen in regards to resting, meditation, quieting yourself down, and one of my favorites, strength training, known as progressive overload strength training, in order to move your body and get that energy to move as well. Because the more you adapt to your physical body, the more you can start to retrain your brain, shifting some of your mindset so you can move more in the space of success. Having a more successful day with more ease without trying to chase it. And allowing yourself this form of transformation. So now, in addition to this energy that we're talking about here of bringing success, navigating and tapping into your chart, and how to light up your chart so you can have success, the most important thing you do want to pay attention to on your chart is what's called an asteroid, and that's Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. And if, for whatever the reasons are, you happen to have Chiron in Aries, Aquarius, and if it sits in your 10th house energy, so Aries, Aquarius, or your 10th house energy, know that there may be a wound you may be carrying in reference to when it comes to Aquarius, not feeling as though you deserve something. Aquarian Chiron wound is not feeling good enough, not feeling deserving, not feeling like you fit in, quirky and weird. And depending on where that Chiron Aquarius energy sits on your chart will also give you the theme. Now, if you happen to have your Aquarius Chiron in your first house, that's really all about self. That's your identity. And this really stems from your childhood and past life, which is why it's so important to retrain your brain to think differently of how you do show up and that you are enough just as you are. Now, if you happen to have Aries as your Chiron womb like I do, Aries happens to be in my 10th house, by the way. And you remember that's one of the placements I said that if you have Chiron sitting in, that is where you're constantly questioning your credentials. That you feel like you got to get that next credentials, you need that master's degree, you need that PhD to prove that you are knowledgeable. Now, at the same token, how does that fall into success? Well, because if you don't feel like you are just as good as the next person, if not better or the same, you may be devaluing your services. And that is going to affect your success level. So again, how to get ahead of this Chiron wound is doing the total opposite. Knowing when it comes to the Aries energy, knowing that Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the action taker. Mars is the leader. Mars is the go-getter. So you may want to play into Aries ruling planet so you can get ahead of your Chiron wound. Now, as for Aquarius, to get ahead of that wound, two things we want to play with. We want to look at the Aquarius ruler, which is Uranus, which is about being the rebel. It's also about unpredictability. And then we also have Saturn, which is about restructuring your whole foundation so you can see yourself in a different light. And not be so concerned about what other people think you are. And allowing yourself to be as weird as you can be and stand out as much as you can. Like wearing those bright colors so you don't blend in because you're not supposed to blend in. So what I want to start to leave you off with as you come to the conclusion, and I know it goes by so quickly, right? I want to really talk to you about the energies of 2026 and 2027, since I spoke to you about the energy of 2029, which is 2025, which is our 9 energy, which is about endings, completions, and transformation. When we look at 2026, we're going to be looking at a 10 energy year, which is about doing everything very different. So 2025 is really about the transitioning out of the old and moving into something totally new. Your appearance is going to look different. Your branding is going to look different. Your name of your business may even look different. And many of you may be in the process of really reestablishing who you are. Keeping in mind that when we talk about our navigation system, paying attention to where you do have Saturn and Neptune, because those are the two planets that's going to get ready to end an astrological cycle and start up a brand new astrological year when it moves into Aries. And Saturn moving into Aries is about restructuring who you are And Neptune moving into Aries is about your spiritual evolution. So you may very well be in this mindset of who am I, what am I here to do, and how am I going to do it, and what do I want to leave behind as my legacy. So when we think about this energy and moving into 2027, we move into our true energy year. At that point in time, that's when you're going to know exactly who are all your people who support you. Who are you connecting with? Who are you collaborating with? Who are your tribe? Between now to 2027, you are in that process of finding the universe, your spirit guides, your higher power are bringing new people into your past so you can have healthier and stronger relationships, partnerships, where success is something that everybody you're connecting with wants you to have. There's not going to be one person in your circle that's going to be a naysayer. Because during this time right now, 2025, you will literally energetically pushing out anyone that's not aligned with who you are becoming. And by moving out, by clearing your space, by decluttering, you are making a space for all those new relationships to come in. So again, when we think about your second house, your seventh house, we think about Taurus, we think about Libra, we think about this Venus energy currently in Pisces. And as of February 4th, Venus moves into Aries. So again, we are going to be in that I am statement. And interesting enough, when we talk about Venus from Pisces to Aries, we're going to also be speaking about a retrograde cycle, which means that Venus is going to retrograde, slow down its energy to give us real time to focus in on who am I and how do I value me. And by valuing me, how is that going to help me attract people that value my service, that respect what I do, and that want to learn under me. So I'm going to leave you there with that. I know I've said a lot, and I'm hoping you were hanging in there with me and helping you to understand this process of success and navigating through your navigation system so you can really go in and look at your chart and see. Now again, like I said earlier, you probably have absolutely no idea. Some of you may and some of you may not know how to read your chart. This is an invitation to you. Like I said earlier, I'm offering my astrological numerology 12-month course that will be starting up in, I believe it starts up sometime in February. Maybe not February. Get back to me if you're interested in attending that course. Because again, we will go every week together and discover the planets, the houses, the degrees, the collaborations between the planets and the zodiac signs, the connections that we're going to have between every one of our planets. These are coming in conjunction, coming in squares, coming in sextiles, and everything in between, and what all of this means for you. So if you are interested in attending the 12-month astrological and numerology course, you can either put down in the comments 12-month astrological course, and if you are interested in receiving a complimentary offer, I have created with you in mind a very short chakra balance video to help you realign your chakra system so you can actually be open to receiving success. Because it's not just about sitting and blurring out a whole bunch of affirmations that's going to align you to success. You really have to work on shifting the mindset, letting go of the old conversation, the old habits and beliefs that you have been programmed and conditioned to believe. And it really does start with realigning your chakra system and taking on this whole new belief system. So all that being said, I want to bring you back to the final card that we pulled earlier. Financial abundance. What does that mean for you? Third eye, the vision you hold for yourself so you can attract and activate success into your life by tapping into your navigation system. Your navigation system really is your biggest tool to learning and understanding who you are from a soul level. I thank you for being here. I see that someone just popped in, and I'm just about ready to end my talk for the evening. as we were only going to be here for 30 minutes. Again, if there's anything that I've said that has resonated with you, and you are interested in learning more about me and about all of the different services that I do offer, and especially my 12-month astrological and numerology course, I would love to have you as one of my students. I do keep the class small because it's very personal, and we get into the nitty-gritty of your chart so you can really discover who you are from a soul level. In addition to, you can also grab an astro reading just to at least get a taste of what it is to know who you are, and learn where you have your Taurus and Libra energy, and learn what's sitting in your second and house placement, and how Venus, that is literally bouncing back and forth between Pisces and Aries, is going to influence your success, whether it's through successful personal relationships or professional relationships, and also the relationship you have with money. Once again, I'd like to thank you for this time, and I do look forward to connecting with you and supporting you on your journey. Bye-bye for now.